Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your February general reading for the sign of Cancer. That's going to be Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Welcome. We're glad you're here. This is a general reading, so as always, you'll want to make sure that you just take what resonates, leave the rest. Not everything will be for everyone, and that is okay. All right, Cancer. Exciting February coming up. I'm sure we're about to find out. So what I like to do is I like to have cards for your recent past. That's going to be, well, within the last 6 weeks or so. And then we're going to have a card or so for your present energy. It's basically rows of cards, actually. And then we're going to have what your challenges are for the month. And the outcomes. And then finally, what Spirit wants you to know. And then, of course, we'll have some clarifiers to those. So I am actually just pulling all of those cards now. I like them when they flip out. That's my agreement with Spirit, is that when the card turns over or flips out or sometimes flies across the room, that is the card that is the message. So just 2 more cards, please. And 1 more card for the outcome. And then, of course, at the end of the reading, I like to do an oracle card for you. So make sure you stay to the very end. Okay, Cancer, here's what's coming up for you. Well, excuse me. In the first row, we're dealing with the recent past. And it could also be like what's happening right now. So you may be somewhere along that timeline. You have King of Cups. The King of Cups is the card of Cancer. Water signs. You know, the King of Cups represents the energy of our emotions. But not only that, but being in full control of them and the outward expression of emotions. And I'm hearing from Spirit today that you may be in a season where you're feeling a little emotional. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And it's okay to have whatever feelings that you have. Don't suppress them. Allow them to flow from you. But also remember, there has to be some balance. That's what the King of Cups is about. He never lets his emotions completely control him, right? They're not runaway emotions. They're emotions that he allows them to ebb and flow, just like the waves of the ocean. And then he is in control. Look, his throne is on top of the waves. He's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out. So he's got balance, right? He's not completely in the water. He is not feeling underwater, so to speak. So this might be in your recent past, or it might be right now. And, oh, this is very nice. Okay, and also in your recent past row, you have the 4 of Wands. Now, this, of course, is the 1111 card. It's the card that represents divine blessing. It also is connection to Spirit, because Wands are about our connection to Spirit, as well as the energy of fire, the energy of inspiration and action. So what we see here is a couple and their child, and they are standing all united underneath these 4 wands. It looks like a lovely outdoor pavilion of some kind. Usually the 4 of Wands is also indicating some sort of celebration. It's indicating, because of the number 4, it's indicating the firm foundation. So what I'm seeing for you, Cancer, is that you have been developing a firm foundation in your connection to Spirit, in your spiritual life, but also within your family. And you're starting to feel that real solid connection. And you're starting to see some of those blessings, but it might be a little rocky feeling. However, you have control of it. You are in control of your emotions. Just allow them to be whatever they are without judgment, and allow the blessings to flow to you, because that's what's happening. And if that hasn't happened for you yet, this 1111 card says that it will. All right, now in the present energy, or for some of you, it might be what's immediately coming towards you. You have the oh so lovely 10 of Cups. We've got all the water. I'm loving it for you, Cancer. There's a lot of water in your reading today. The 10 of Cups, of course, cups are the tarot suit that corresponds to the element of water, which represents our emotions. So you had the King of Cups, now you have the Ten of Cups, and often this card is described as the happy family card, card of blessings, particularly all of the emotional blessings, right? The things that make us feel good. So you've got some good stuff coming up for you in the near future, if it isn't already here now. So here's the thing that you're going to need to do. Spirit is saying to me that you are really going to need to focus on the good. There's a lot of confusing things that are happening right now, and it looks very, very chaotic. However, each of us can find something good in our lives, and that is what we need to focus on. And going right along with this is the Three of Wands. Again, some more fire energy for you. Now, the Three of Wands is a very interesting card because what we see is 2 wands are immediately behind this person, and he has the 3rd wand in his hand. Now, if you keep in mind that Wands is fire energy, and it is also the energy of action, inspiration, connection to spirit. So literally, he has, in the 2 of Wands, there's the choice, right? Choosing the path. Now that choice, the 2 of Wands, is behind him. He has chosen a path. He's moving forward. He's looking to the future. He's looking to what is coming towards him, which, as you can see right here in the picture, his ship is about to come in. Literally, that saying, our ship is coming in, that's a saying that means all good things are coming to us. We're reaping what we sow. And in his case, he's been taking actions towards his goal. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on what is good, what you want to happen, what you want to have manifest in your life? Or are you focusing on things that you don't want? Very, very important, because 3 of Wands is a card of focus. So you are going to need to focus on those things. Being a water sign, you are very good at identifying your feelings. But sometimes, I'm Pisces, so I'm a water sign too. And I'm a Cancer rising. So double water happening here. And it's really easy to get caught up in the emotions of things and allow that to kind of overtake us. Almost like a wave just, crashing over us and dragging us out to sea. So you're going to want to make sure that you are maintaining that focus. All right, now your challenges for the month, Cancer. Let's see. First off, we have the Ace of Cups. As a challenge card, well, normally the Ace of Cups is often viewed as a message of love or discovering a new love. I'm going to say, as a challenge card, Cancer, this is probably going to be, you may have more than one thing that is trying to drag your attention. And this is where the focus, because you have these other cards here, I'm going to say your challenge is going to be, you got too many things to love, too many irons in the fire, so to speak. And that's going to be your challenge, is to be able to not be so distracted by all the things that you love or all the people, but really narrowing your focus on those things that really serve you the most. When you do this, you're going to have some success. You may even have some accolades, some praise. You've got the 6 of Wands that is also in your challenge row. So I'm going to say, don't get too caught up in celebrating your successes too much. If we spend too much time celebrating, there's no time left for working. This is actually a card of victory. It is the card of praise and celebration. This soldier is returning from a battle in a war, and they are having a parade in his honor. Now, it is Wands, so it's fire energy. It is actions. It's also connecting to spirit. So your challenge also this month is going to be to have a better connection to spirit. Frankly, what are you doing on a daily basis? Daily basis. So not too bad as far as challenges go, but everybody's challenges are different. Okay, coming into your outcome for the month of February. Your first card that you have is the Hanging Man. This is actually a card of Pisces. And this is a card that says sacrifice for a gain. So this person has actually put themselves in this position. No, he's not actually tied up, like he can get out of it, right? So he's choosing to hang upside down. Often this card indicates getting a new perspective on things, but it also is a card of slowing down, having patience, or there might be a delay. So keep in mind this month, Cancer, that there might be a delay in some of the things that you are wanting to happen. That's okay. This is a card of patience. This is a card of look at things differently, wait and see. If he were upright and he was looking at the world normally, he would see everything the way it always is. But when you're upside down, everything looks very, very different. So he's choosing this. So keep in mind that in order to reach your goals, the things that you have set for yourself, there may need to be some adjustment there. It might be a mental adjustment. Maybe you need a new perspective. Maybe you just need to get out of your routine and do something a little bit different and slow your roll a little bit. Oftentimes we get really wrapped up, your focus that we talked about earlier. It might be so good that you're just not even taking time to stop and smell the roses. All right. Your second outcome card is also the Seven of Wands. You have a lot of fire energy in this reading. My Lord. All good things. Now, the Seven of Wands, I love the Seven of Wands, actually. What we see here is a person who has a wand and he's got it lifted in a defensive position. And we see these other wands coming towards him. We can't really tell who's holding those wands or why they're doing that. But what we see, especially, he looks like he's in front of a doorway that's filled with light and he is in a guard position. The Seven of Wands typically is a card that says stand in your truth. It's the card of integrity. And this also means being integrous to yourself. So to be integrous means that whatever your values are, that you're living those. So this is what's going to happen for you this month, Cancer. This new perspective that you're getting by having some patience, by applying that focus, by allowing yourself to feel but not be just overwhelmed by your feelings. This is allowing you to live your truth. That is Seven of Wands energy. It is living your truth. And that's a wonderful place to be, because when we can live our truth, then we're authentically being ourselves. Ooh, love that message for you. All right. Spirit wants you to know, this is the last row in the reading for you today. And what we have is 10 of Pentacles, but it came out reversed, so I'm showing it to you upright first. Pentacles is the suit of Earth, the energy of Earth, which is a slow-moving energy. It is the energy of our resources, anything that supports us, our wealth, our health, our relationships, our time, our energy. All of those things. Now you received this card reversed. Now in its upright position, it is talking about, basically all the resources being available to you, and that you are basically, you're saving them. This is a treasure chest. So when we're talking about the 10 of Pentacles in this position, we're talking about things that we're building to have our legacy of our lifetime. And that's not only wealth, but it's also our relationships and who we are as a person and what we want to be known for. Now, when it's reversed, it often means that perhaps there's a slowness there, obviously. It being Earth, it is a slow-moving energy. But also, the reversal is perhaps you have not thought about what your legacy is or what you're building towards. You may have only been in the perspective of the right now or the, this month or just this year, and struggling to just try to get through that. And that's okay if you're in that season, but you want to take a little bit of time to think about, who am I? What am I about? And what do I want to leave behind? What do I want to be known for? What is my truth? And how am I sharing that with the world, right? And what am I leaving behind? Am I leaving behind good works, good things, a loving family? And I'm not to say that you're leaving it behind this minute. What we're talking about is, what are your long-term goals? What's your end game, right? Okay, so you have that. Spirit wants you to think about. And then the other card that you have is the Knight of Cups. I was just noticing this cute little otter right here at the bottom. I've never noticed that on the card before. Every time I look at these cards, I see something different. So, Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups, of course, he's a knight, so he's all about action. This is cups, so this is your suit, Cancer. It is all about the feels, right? The Knight of Cups is the knight that is in love with being in love. He takes action because he follows his heart. This is a card for Cancer and indeed all the water signs. And we see lots of water animals. We've got an otter. We have some herons. There's fish in there. The knight, of course, is carrying the symbol of the suit, which is the cup. And his horse is ready to charge forward. They are in the water. But look, they're partly in the water and partly out of the water. So again, that balance. So Spirit is saying you really need to lead from your heart. That's not hard for you, Cancer. You're very good at that. You're really good at caring for everybody else. I'm going to say that my main message that I'm getting from this reading is that being integrous to yourself means listening to your heart and what it's telling you, and being able to stay in that energy and not be distracted by maybe things in the outside world that don't have a lot to do with you. We can't often do a whole lot about those things, so no need to worry about that. Worry about your circle and where your sphere of influence is, and have patience. All right, now let's talk a little bit about how this would play out for love and relationships. I like to cover all those bases. So in the matter of love, Cancer, it looks like you actually have been probably, if you are not in a relationship, you're going to be soon. You've got a lot of love coming to you. Not only do you have the King of Cups, and of course you have this Four of Wands card, but you also have the Ace of Cups, which, as I said earlier, is an offer of love. So for those of you not in a romantic relationship yet, you are going to be, or you will have opportunities for that. You'll probably have to make some choices. You've got this Three of Wands, so it might even be that you have a couple of interests there. That could be awesome. For those of you in existing relationships, this looks really good for you. You've got the Ten of Cups. This is literally the happy family card. So you're building those relationships. You may be rekindling that love. You're definitely having some success. I would say that in your relationships, and this includes not only romantic relationships, but also friendships and business relationships. Number one, slow down a little bit, have some patience. And number two, you've got to be true to yourself. Always be true to yourself. Don't misrepresent yourself. You need to be honest in showing who you are, right? And the word for that is authenticity. Okay, in the area of health actually looks really good. I mean, pretty much all these cards are really, really good. The one caveat that I'm going to say about the health situation is you need to be thinking about your health as it pertains to the long term. With this Ten of Pentacles reversed, it indicates that maybe you've been taking some actions that are in the right now. Like maybe you've been eating too much junk food, or maybe you've been putting off going to the gym, or maybe you haven't been to see your physician in a long time and you really need that checkup. So it's time to start thinking about some of the long-term consequences of the actions that you're taking now that are going to impact your health. Maybe you don't feel it now. Maybe you're perfectly fine right now, but they might have some impact later on down the road. That is what Spirit is saying about that. Otherwise, it looks like health is a good situation for you. In fact, it looks like you've had some sort of victory. So for those of you who started a new diet and, at the beginning of the new year as a New Year's resolution, looks like you're having some success with that, so congrats. All right, now, in the area of wealth, that's our third category that most people are interested in. So in the area of wealth, it looks like overall, you're getting a little bit more focus. You're starting to put some savings away. You're doing a lot of thinking about it. Maybe not so much taking action, although you do have a lot of wands in this reading. You've begun to take action. Let's put it that way. If you're someone who is currently looking for a position, it looks like that perhaps the decision has been made. So you'll want to follow up with any of those resumes that you've sent out just to check and make sure that they still have your name top of mind. If you are, if you have, had a couple of options and it's time to make a decision, you are going to be making that decision very soon. It's going to be very good for you. In fact, it's going to be a victory, and it's going to be something that you enjoy doing. Keep in mind, we've got this Ace of Cups here. This is a new love, so that can be a new career. Could also be a new business. Again, the overall message is you need to follow where your heart leads you. Cancer, this should be your modus operandi all the time. Follow where your heart leads you. You can't go wrong that way. You're Cancer. You live in your heart. And that's where you need to stay. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull an oracle card for you. This oracle card this month is from the Whispers of Healing oracle deck. And it's very beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm going to take the one that came out on the top, because too many came out. Okay, this card is called Give Back. It's card number 6. And I like to do a little bibliomancy. Bibliomancy is where you read through a page and the words that jump out to you are the message from Spirit. So here is your card, Give Back. It is full of all kinds of beautiful images. There is a lot to notice in this card. So you want to pay attention to the imagery that stands out to you. And I will read through what those are. Pay attention to the imagery. The foxgloves, that's the flower, the purple flowers, relate to projects, getting yourself out there, and the willingness to give to others. The Pegasus bounding above the lady's head is about clarity of mind. The children, the elder, and the peacocks indicate various opportunities that will bring healing to you and your heart as you give to others. There are so many programs that rely on volunteers for extra support. Consider whether this is something you would like to do. If not, there are other ways to give back. The possibilities are numerous, and you will benefit once you decide to take this step. And then your last message here is you need an interruption from what is going on in your life. A wonderful way to divert your mind is to give back. All right. Interesting. I like this. Although Cancer, I'm going to say you're a very giving person as it is. So giving back for you might actually also be giving back to yourself, because you have a tendency to overgive to everyone else in your life because you're taking care of them. And so you may want to think first about, okay, what's one little something that I could do for myself every single day that would give me back a little bit of love and energy so that I have more to give to people later. All right, Cancer, I love this reading for you. I think it's going to be a really good month. Your keys are going to be to focus on what you want to accomplish. Focus on what's good, what feels good, and what your heart says you need to do. And then you can't go wrong. Awesome. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you'll join me next month. And please leave a comment and tell me how the reading benefited you or not, whichever way that goes. And let me know how the month played out for you. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, this is YouTube, so, ring the bell and thumbs up and all that jazz. That really helps my channel out. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.